What's going on, guys? This is JT here. The BG issue still exists, so for one last time before the time is up, before the Immortal fight is going to happen tonight at 8 p.m., figured I might as well queue up for BGs and see what we can do. Now, if you guys do not know about the situation, basically what happened is when I first started this game, when the game first came out on the 2nd of June, I went insanely hard, right? The second I got level 60, I got in the Elder Rifts, I got my Resident up quite a bit. I also invested a ton of money and basically hit a plateau of resonance that was far ahead of anybody else in the current game. Now, at this point in time, if you were to restart another new character, no matter how much money you would invest, if you fully maxed out the character, whatever you did, you would not be able to get the record that I currently have on my Barbarian. And the reason why is because there's hundreds of wells out there at this point. Tons of people with 5,000 resonance or more. So you wouldn't be able to win as many games as I currently won in the BGs when I first started. I mean, my record is something around 350 wins with, I think, 3 losses. And the 3 losses that I had were, one of them was a disconnect, and the other ones I just really wasn't paying attention and lost the game, right? The game was basically easy mode. So it's been probably about a month and a half now to where I have not been able to get into a battleground, right? Well, what this has now caused is, since I can't get into a battleground, I'm not able to join the Rite of Exile, which is a pretty big issue, right? Because we are the Immortals of the server. I'm actually the clan leader of the Immortals as well. And in order to officially become the Immortal, you need to complete a battleground, which says right here as the basic quest line. Now, you get this quest line the second you become an Immortal. So if you become an Immortal, it gives everybody in the Immortal clan this quest line. You follow through. You have the new recruit. You got to do different things. It basically shows you everything that goes along with being an Immortal. It's all the basic steps as if you're just learning something in a game, right? So then the Rite of Exile comes. It lets you know, like, hey, this is what the Rite of Exile is. The Rite of Exile is an 8-on-8 battle against all the shadows that challenge you to then become the Immortal as well. So one of those things is complete a battleground. Well, of course it's complete a battleground because the Rite of Exile is basically a set-up battleground, right? Against shadows trying to become the Immortal. Well, I haven't been able to complete a battleground. As you guys can see, we're still in queue. So since I haven't been able to complete a battleground, I now have this right here that says register for the Rite of Exile. Now tap to navigate. So whenever you go to register for the Rite of Exile, it brings you far north all the way to the end point to where there is a portal for the Rite of Exile entrance, right? Now, when every other player besides me goes to this entrance, they can click right here where this is all shimmery and register for the event. Okay, it tells me right here to navigate there and register. However, there's no registry. Why is there no registry? Well, there's no registry because I'm not officially an Immortal. That's why, because I can't practice in a battleground. So for over a month and a half, I have not been able to get in a single battleground, not even one. So what does this mean for our clan all in all of not only the 100 members in one time, but also the other 200 members in the other 2 clans that we have a part of us as the Immortals? We don't actually know. Like, are we going to be able to fight in the Rite of Exile, or am I just going to be held out of the Rite of Exile? Hopefully, it's only me that's held out of the Rite of Exile, and all our boys can go in there and put in work and fight in the Rite of Exile as planned, right? Now, one issue that I see is whenever I go into Immortals and I literally try to hand over my leadership, I've done this for over like 4 hours on trying to figure out different ways to make somebody else leader, right? So in the members of Immortals, you'll see we got 285 of 300 Immortals in here. I cannot pass clan leadership because it says you cannot perform this role change. Okay, well, if I go over here to permissions, it says right here, as being the Immortal, I cannot leave the Immortals, right? Everybody else, it says they can leave the Immortals if they want, right? Anybody can leave the Immortals. It is what it is. I cannot leave the Immortals. So whenever I go down to my actual clan and I pull up my clan spot and I click leave Immortals, It says the immortal leaders cannot leave without making somebody else the immortal. Okay, that's literally not an option. I cannot make these people clan leaders. I cannot do anything at all. Whenever I go into members, you might say, well, click this thing over here and make them a leader through this. No, you cannot do this. There's literally no option to make anybody the leader of the immortal. I have no options. I literally either get into a BG and I'm able to fight in this event, or I don't know what's honestly going to happen. Because really, I mean, I can't register for the immortal event. So honestly, the guild that we had is pretty stacked with players. So if it actually lets our guild in the Rite of Exile, there's still a solid chance. I mean, I personally don't even think I'm needed to fight in the battle for our immortal team to win. However, I'm more worried about them not being able to fight in the battle because I can't register for the event as being the actual immortal of the server, which would mean the shadows would then go in instead of fighting against our immortal squad. They would literally be fighting against bots, right? Kind of like the same way how the first clan of the server, the first clan fought against bots because there was no immortals when the game first started, right? So there's never a first immortal, right? So the first clan that fought against bots, and obviously that's an easy win. So they just became immortal, right? They didn't have to fight against any players. They literally fought bots. So it's very well possible that that could be the same thing that happens right now. So sadly, I'm not exactly sure what to do at this point. But I guess we will find out at 8 o'clock tonight when the fight goes down. I was just going to check down here to make sure there was no way of, I mean, there's literally nothing I can do, dude. Nothing I can do, boys. Good old one time up here. Immortal leaderboard. Let's go. We're laying it down, boys. So, yeah, we have had 3 weeks as being the Immortals, and honestly, we would probably win the Immortals relatively easy if we can fight in this fight. But like I said, I'm not sure if we can fight in this fight. And a lot of people have told me, like, JT, take off all your gear, bro. That's why you can't get in the battlegrounds. It's because you're resident. It's like, no. I have already been in contact with Blizzard about this. The main problem is this game's made in China, and all the game code is written in China. So I don't know how much help Blizzard actually can be with this situation. I really don't. From what I've seen, they haven't helped me at all. Like, I've done every single thing that Blizzard has told me to do in order to get this situation fixed, and I have not been helped at all. Literally zero help. I've been told that they're working on the situation directly from Blizzard. They said, we are working on this situation. We know that it's an issue, and we are going to try to fix this issue.